Good afternoon, y'all. Superintendent's going to give us an update. We'll allow one question. We'll start with Travers and we'll end with Missing. Everybody hot?
Again, please remember when you ask your question to speak up.
Yeah, be sure you speak up for me.
Yeah, just come a little closer.
So, good afternoon, everyone. We do have a report. I told you yesterday that we would come back and address any outcomes from this morning's medical examination, and we do have the coroner's report. We also know that one or two of the outlets, the media outlets, already had the information, and we all wanted to be sure everybody was able to get the information at the same time. The coroner has determined that 12-year-old Bryan Vasquez died from blunt force due to an alligator and then subsequently drowned. We know that these are difficult outcomes, and we still have quite a grieving community and a grieving family. This investigation does continue. However, this afternoon, I did formally request that the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries eradicate nuisance alligators. That will begin this afternoon. And so we want the community in the Michoud neighborhood to be aware that we will have hunters in that body of water eradicating these nuisance alligators. We will have an NOPD presence just to make sure that people understood what was going on. I want to thank our Special Victims Division, and you know Chief Gernon to my right is the Chief over Investigations, as well as the Chief to my left shoulder, the Chief over Field Operations. This is a continuing investigation. It is not over. We will be looking at every aspect and histories, and we will like to continue to ask community to reach out through Crime Stoppers at 504-822-1111. We have received information, and we want you to continue to share any information, whether or not you think it is a small detail. It may not be a small detail to us. And that's the conclusion of my statement, other than to say that we are sorry to the Vasquez family for the grief and the pain they continue to suffer.
Travers, I know you all have your own investigation. You're looking at a lot of stuff in the time frame, but you talked about the 911 call yesterday. It's going to be made public. Do you expect there to be some inconsistencies or flaws with how that call may have been handled?
The original call?
Yes,
I do expect that, because the 5-hour delay is inordinate. And yet, in fairness to everyone, facts have to be put into context to get to the truth of the matter. And I don't know all of the facts, and there could be reasons to explain a 5-hour delay, but on its face, it's inordinate. And so when you ask me, do I expect some inaccuracies? Yes, but I don't have all the information. Also, I do want to emphasize we are not the only investigating body. There are other investigators who are doing an investigation into history here.
Yesterday, the Vasquez family spokesperson said that the mother's phone was confiscated as part of a search warrant. I know yesterday the public information team did confirm that a warrant was executed on a phone, but did not specify whose phone. We're just going to assume it was the mother's phone. Ultimately, what changed in the investigation to decide to confiscate that phone days after, weeks after this investigation began?
Well, I can't go into that detail for you. I will tell you that the phone and phones were seized via a search warrant, which means it had judicial approval. We have to go before a judge to say why we would need the phones. And so that was screened and approved by a judge. And so we have the phones, and it may mean nothing. It is not an unusual step for us to take. in order to look at everything. So that's what I can tell you at this stage. I don't know, Chief.
Ongoing investigation.
Channel 4.
I said this was due to one course.
Come up.
I can't hear you.
So this was one course. It's been an alligator, but then you're also saying it's still under investigation. You're looking for tips from Crime Stoppers. Is foul play something that could be involved here? Kind of what is that ongoing investigation look like?
Because it is an investigation that's open, I cannot go into much detail. But we have to look at everything that we have some information on to see if there's any validity to it. And so we are going to continue to follow every issue, every lead that comes to us, because we have to seek out the truth of the matter. And it may be nothing more than what we have right now, but we do have information we need to look into.
Alyssa?
Just for capturing, yesterday you mentioned there were allegations in the past at some point against the mother. Can you confirm whether or not it had to do in regards specifically to Bryan? I know she has a few other kids as well. Is that something you can answer at this point?
I confirm for you that there is history. And so I won't go beyond that, but it is history. And there have been former allegations, and it's, I'm not ready to speak to that myself, but it is, I don't know if you want to. Yeah.
It's a matter of court record.
So I think that's a fair thing to say. It is a matter of court record, which makes it a matter of public disclosure. And so you can find history if you wanted to.
Can I ask about the timeline of death? Obviously now we have we know how he died. Do we know whether he died that first day that he went missing or if there was kind of a lapse?
We did ask that question, and the coroner couldn't confirm that. So we don't know the time, but we did ask that question of the coroner. Hey,
Jeff, you have anything? Missy?
Yes. Chief, you had said that several agencies are investigating. Can you say which agencies or entities those are?
Us, obviously, Department of Family and Child Services. Who else right now? Fish and Wildlife, obviously, is doing their continued investigation that would be connected to us. And that's about it that I know of right now.
Chief, on the warrant, it stated that she was being charged with failure to contact police.
I have not seen the warrant itself. Do you want to speak to it, Chief?
Yeah.
I'm going to pick this up for you.
And really, my question is she being charged for it or investigated for that?
Yeah, it's a search warrant. So there is an investigation ongoing. As far as who is being investigated, we are looking at all aspects of this incident and kind of everything that led to Bryan's death. But nobody's been charged. There's been no arrest. There's been no arrest warrants issued. This is a fact-finding mission, and the police department will go wherever the facts lead us to go.
Shay?
I wasn't here earlier. Could you talk a little bit about the manner in which Bryan was found packing in attacked by alligators?
Sorry, Shane, up here.
Yes, blunt force trauma due to alligator predation with the secondary cause of drowning is what we're looking at.
I spoke with the family rep again, and she pretty much just says that she feels like this is a witch hunt, that you all are just trying to cover up the issues on your part, but that the family did absolutely nothing wrong with you.
Yeah. We own the issue of the delay. We have not at all sidestepped that. We have formally owned it and acknowledged it. We are investigating it. We just shared with you that even there is history that well preceded anything associated with Bryan's death, but it could be important, and therefore we're going to go with every lead that we have been made aware of.
All right, thank you all for coming
Yeah.
out.
Thank you.
Coming out.
Stepping up to let her to make sure she'll keep going. So.
Yeah.